Die Hard Arcade, or if you're in Japan, Dynamite Deca. Why is this game so hard? Recently I've been learning how to 1cc Die Hard Arcade on Sega Saturn, and it is so difficult. I was expecting it to be hard, but not this difficult. I've always wanted to learn a 3D beat 'em up, and I didn't have this on Sega Saturn as a kid, but I do remember playing it in various arcades back then. And when learning it so far, I'm noticing it's very different than other beat 'em ups that I've played and learned. It is not a belt scroller. Stages have like these arenas of different sizes, and enemies they're already in the arena, or sometimes they may appear later after you defeat certain enemies. And the enemies, they can kind of go anywhere in the space or slightly track where you are. And there are weapons that are laid out in each arena, or furniture or whatever. And some weapons and the health items can be knocked out of enemies. Another big difference I noticed compared to other beat 'em ups in this game is that the main characters, they have a ton of moves. They have lots of different punches and kicks and combos, lots of different throws, and there's also moves and combos with weapons. And you can also attack enemies on the ground as well. And there are two main characters in this game. There's the guy, if you're playing Die Hard Arcade, his name is John McClane. If you're playing Dynamite Deca, Bruno Dellinger. And then there's the girl, Chris Thompson. And if you're playing Dynamite Deca, her name is Cindy Holiday. And the differences between the two is that I noticed the girl, she has faster kicks and reach, while John McClane, the guy, he shoots faster with weapons. But I couldn't really notice or analyze any sort of strength between them as far as damage goes, or damage taken. Another big difference this game has compared to other beat 'em ups that I played is that it's very short, and it doesn't feel that short. There's just like 5 stages, but there's no lives. There's no live system or extends, and health doesn't regenerate from stage to stage. And also, in each stage, there's a quick time event. With the quick time events, if you pass them, you get a little bit of extra health, and then you progress to the next area. But if you fail the quick time event, you actually get to fight an enemy, or maybe even 2 enemies, and they can be very, very difficult. And another thing I noticed about this game compared to other beat 'em ups is that there's no scoring system at all. So what makes Die Hard Arcade Dynamite Deca so hard overall? Well, the number one reason, the number one culprit, is the massive damage that you receive from enemies. It is so much. The damage is just astronomical in this game that you take from enemies. You could be at a full amount of health, and then an enemy can kick you or do a combo on you once, and you're at like 50%. And because of that, mistakes can be very, very costly in this game. And you just have this sense of just dying at any time, which can virtually happen. You can die at any time in this game. Another reason why this game is so hard is that defeated enemies drop health. Health isn't just laid out in the arenas or the areas like a belt scroller, how they're just, under a oil drum or a barrel or something, or they're just sitting there. No, you have to defeat the enemies to get the health. And a lot of times the amount of health isn't very much for the damage that you are received from enemies. But I still think it's a good idea to pick it up nonetheless. And there's different amounts of health that enemies can drop. Another reason why this game is so hard is picking up items and weapons are very slow. The animation is just very, very, very slow. And you are vulnerable while you are picking up items and weapons and furniture. Another reason why this game is so hard is items that are on the ground, they have a time limit before they vanish. So you got to pick up items quick or have a plan to get to them. And also, you can't pick up items after you have defeated all the enemies. The game just stops you from moving, and then you go to the next area. Another annoying thing is that you can easily pick up the wrong items if everything is grouped together. So you got to be very, very careful about picking up items that are all grouped together. And also, some weapons, they can be very, very slow to use, like the missile launcher and the anti-tank rifle. I mean, I understand why. I mean, they're pretty big weapons, but you still have to be very, very careful using them, especially up close. Same with picking up furniture. You just got to be very, very careful. And also, you can't bring certain weapons to other areas. You can only carry over the handgun, ammunition, and a lighter. Another reason why this game is so hard is bosses are tough, but you can cheese them out. But if you make a mistake, you're dead. And sometimes the bosses, they can respond kind of randomly to what you're doing. So you just got to get lucky and hopefully they won't kill you. Also, enemies, they can have random behaviors and responses too. So sometimes when you're playing a run, they may be aggressive. Sometimes they may be passive. And every playthrough can just feel slightly different with the AI. What helped me learn the game? I mainly played on hardware, on the Sega Saturn and also the arcade cabinet. And my runs, they felt better on original hardware for some reason. I did try emulation, which was pretty good. It was okay. And I did use it for save and load states. But I did notice that I stopped using save and load states after a while, because when I would play a full run or a real run on original hardware, things didn't match up a lot of times with the AI. Because remember when I was telling you that sometimes it could be random, I would try to have a certain like specific game plan, and then when I would play on hardware or do a full run on hardware, it will feel very, very different for some reason. And I was trying to figure out, okay, did I die or something, then make the save state? Because I do sort of like suspect that the game has rank when you die, or becomes easier when you die. So after a while, I stopped using save and load states and just decided just to do just full runs and just experiment that way. Did I have fun learning this game? I did, but it was very, very frustrating because mistakes are very, very costly in this game because of the damage. You can die at any time. You could have a really, really good run, and then the next run is like pure shit. The fun that I got from this game for learning it, it feels like every arena is like a small sandbox. You know, there's weapons and furniture laid out, the enemy placement, and then you can choose a different approach with every playthrough. You can start on the top, you can start on the bottom, you can decide to pick up a weapon, or you could decide to pick up a piece of furniture. You could decide to deal with this enemy first, see what happens if you deal with that enemy or whatever, see if it's easier for you or not. That's the fun that I got from this game, is that it felt kind of a little bit freeing to be able to just pick and choose what I wanted to do with what they gave me in each arena. So why did the 1cc happen? So I felt like I got lucky because, as I was mentioning before, there is some RNG involved with the AI. I took advantage of angled attacks, not attacking enemies directly in front of them, at a slight angle using the tornado kick. I took advantage of weapons. I used them for crowd control and for spacing. Another thing that helped for the 1cc is that I tried to keep all the enemies in one place or one side of the area. I did not want to get surrounded. I also had to keep in mind for which enemies appeared at certain times in the arena after I defeated a certain amount, because certain enemies will have a weapon or even a large health item. So I had to keep that in mind and form a small, more generalized game plan for that. And also, I did the 1cc at 1 a.m. after work. I was tired, but I was very, very inspired because I was watching Pepe Paco's clear on the game and another person's clear. And I was just saying to myself, I can do this. I could do it. I could definitely do this after watching these videos because it's helping out so much. It's possible. All right, so here is the 1cc. If you would like to watch the 1cc without any of my commentary or pausing, there is a link in the description section directly to it. And after the 1cc, I will share my final thoughts of the game. All right, what's up, y'all? Welcome to the 1cc portion of this video. Let's get started. Yep, so I'm starting off with a flying kick. And I'm gonna try to kill this guy right here. This dude. He has the health. So yeah, let's see if I do it. Yep, I did it. All right, next, these two dudes. This guy in the green, he has the health. So I'm gonna try to kill him first. Oh, I didn't, but actually, you can still get it if you kill the other guy first, and then you kill the person that has the health immediately after. I'm gonna arrest her. Arrest in this game, it seems that it goes by how much health you have. So if you have a fair amount of health, you can arrest enemies easier, and you can't arrest bosses. Yep, starting off, and I want to get everyone over to this side right here. I'm gonna try to pick up the missile launcher. There we go. Right in front of their face. Take care of that guy that came out of the elevator. And we got a bunch of items. So right here, I'm just doing my best to, yeah, deal with them. And oh, I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. So I'm picking up the lighter. And there's some more health and some clips that I might need later. But it's all gone. I tried to pick them up, but I couldn't. Let's go to the next stage. Stage 2. Wait for him. Do a giant swing. I usually don't do that, but I did it in this run. Now I picked up the spray can and the lighter. Use that to kind of push everyone to one side. He died. I'm gonna pick up the health a little bit later. Yep, tornado kick. Triple kick. Oh, took some damage. Oh yeah, you can juggle with that that move. Mainly if it's like against a wall or something like that. Usually you don't go for it. It's kind of just fancy. Another QTE. Yep, jump out the way. All right, so this area is a little annoying because we got the freaking fire truck with the water. Yep, I'm gonna shoot him with that machine gun. I'm gonna try to keep everyone on this side for a certain amount of time. Do what I can with the gun. Yep, just getting hit by water. Thank God it doesn't take any health. Took some health doing a spin kick. Slashing him with the axe. All right, took care of him. Kind of a sloppy area, to be honest with you. Could have did better. All right, so next area. So what I'm going to do is I want to grab this anti-tank rifle, and then I want to move down here and then start shooting over here. And this dude, he'll kind of lurk over here, or he'll try to like float down here. So let's see if that happened in this particular instance. All right, so he picked it up, and then we have the anti-tank rifle on the right side. And here we go. And that guy that came in, he comes in when you kill one of the other guys. So now I'm just busting. Then we got the karate pimp. I call him the karate pimp. He just finished using the toilet. Pick up some health. Those box healths take, or give the most. So now I'm trying to get back to that as carefully as I can. Press kick if you want to hit him with the anti-tank rifle. It's really slow. So now I'm just going to just concentrate on just doing some like off-angle kicks, tornado kicks with forward kick and jump. All right, QCE time. Now it's time to fight the boss. All right, so this is kind of hard. This is actually like really hard. So what has to happen is that these two robots, I have to make sure that they're together. If they like separate or whatever, or they try to like surround me, it's over. And also another thing is that if you try to shoot them, if you have like a gun or whatever, what will happen is you might shoot them for a while, but then they have like lasers, and then those lasers are really annoying. So yeah, let's see how I dealt with it. So I'm gonna pick up that arm, and I'm just gonna start swinging. And oh yeah, those TVs are good against them too, but you got to be careful picking them up. So right now they're grouped together, and I can just wail on them, wait till they wake up. And one of them dropped the health. It's behind that TV. I'm gonna need that. There we go. All right, now we're on to the next stage. Stage 3. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I picked up the spray can with the lighter that I still have, and I'm gonna try to keep everyone on this side of the stage as best as I can, and then also maybe pick up one of the machine guns. So let's see how it plays out. Oh, so now I'm getting a little bit of damage trying to pick up things. Yeah, I could have did this area a little bit better, but I'm trying my best to not keep them kind of scattered. Now that guy that came out of that door, he has the health. He has the box health. I need that. So now we got the other SWAT guy. So right now I'm concentrating on defeating the guy that came out the door. All right, there we go. That's what we need. That's a good amount of health. I didn't know that at first. I learned of that really late. And when those guys lay on the floor, you got to jump and shoot them at a certain angle. It's kind of annoying. So that was a good area, a really good area for me. All right, so this area is it's kind of small, and then also we have this fountain here, and we got 2 enemies, and then we're gonna have one coming up a little later. And this dude right here, he has the health. So I gotta try to kill him first. And a clip. Sometimes they may drop a clip. I don't know the, like, the chance of that happening. So with her, use the stick and then just stay away from her and just like hit her at an angle, because that stick hits around you. Because yeah, if she hits you once, it's gonna be bad news. All right, we got a QTE, and then we're gonna fight the boss. All right, so this dude, he's kind of hard, but there's a way to cheese him pretty much. And also, there is a lighter, I think, in one of these pieces of furniture or whatever. I think it's in this trash can or this vending machine or whatever, if you lose your lighter. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my spin kick, and then while he's walking towards me at an angle. So yeah, let's see how it goes down. All right, doing good so far. This furniture is kind of getting in the way. So far, so good. Yep, just backing up the right distance. I could OTG him right there, but I didn't. Now, is that guaranteed? I would say not really, but try it anyways. And just make sure your timing is good. Okay, so we're on stage 4. What I'm trying to do is keep the dudes on this side as much as I can. Use this fire to keep them over here. And then there's a satellite that's like rotating around here. So I want to try to get them hit right here. And then I'm going to move down the best I can and just survive. So yeah, let's see how it goes down. But yeah, so this dude, the Afro guy, he's pretty lethal. He's basically just like the Karate Pimps. He has the same move list. I do not want to get hit by him. There we go. We got him. And he has the health too. So be sure to kill him first to get the health. And also this guy with the brown pants, he has the health. So be sure to take him out before the other ones. There we go. You guys, I got it. Nice. Yep. OTG. Uh-oh. Yep, got hit. But it's okay. It didn't take too much health, thank goodness. Nice. I don't know if you noticed earlier, but I did do a wake up sweep. I'll go back, hold on. Let me see. When I knocked down, I did a wake up sweep. I think right here. I think you do that with just right when you wake up, you press kick. So yeah, that's a pretty good move to use if you're like surrounded while you're like waking up. And this power driver is good. I like using it, but I don't use it too much. Okay, next area. We got a QCE. You don't get any health from evading that, unlike the other QCEs. All right, so this area is pretty easy. There has been times where I would just like mistime something, and then the robot will just start punching me and taking out loads of health. So this is all that I can kind of do, is just do this, and then the arm gets popped off. Can't see it right now. Yep, and they have health. And here we go. The other robot crept on the scene, and I'm just gonna do this. You can pick up that arm if you're quick and just start using the kick sort of variant with it, but I usually do that. That's safest for me. All right, so this area, this is the boss area. In my opinion, I think this is the hardest area of the whole game. Okay, because you have 3 hard enemies. Okay, even though you do have this anti-tank rifle, I have to kind of think of like the best way to use it, especially, you know, because of the time limit and stuff like that. And plus you don't want this guy in blue using it. And then we have 2 karate pimps. And also in the back, you see we have a table that has some weapons. We're going to need that later. So yeah, let's see how this plays out. So yeah, I'm going to go down here and then I'm going to just blast them away. So I know some people usually want to try to keep it around for the bosses, but I tried that and it didn't feel safe. So now I'm just gonna just do some tornado kicks. Try not to get lined up with them. and just do it at an angle. They drop health. Each of them drop a little bit of health. Now we have the first part of the boss, that guy, and then we have our table got knocked off. We got the bottle. Kill him with this. Now the bottle is really, really good against these guys. Is really, really, really good. Oh yeah, they can be hard to do the tornado kick. So now I'm just trying to properly like position myself because I don't want to get surrounded, and they have some lethal attacks. So I'm just doing my best. And also they can jump at you, yep, like that. See? And that hurts. That will like knock you down. Yeah, see, I'm trying not to be too greedy with the attacks. Yeah, this is a scary fight because they can kill me. Yeah, this is very, very scary. I think every time I fight this boss area, my heart just starts pumping. And there we go. We got him. So yeah, use that bottle and use the off-angled kicks, tornado kicks. Sorry, so this area is a bonus area where you get some extra health. I'm glad that they put this in because you may really need it. So all you got to do is just sort of follow where they want you to go, evade the elevators, and then also just try to grab the health. And it's pretty lenient. Oop, I made a mistake. I got kind of angsty right there. And you get like an extra one if you just move at the last minute. All right, so here we go. So, all right, this area, this actually is a pretty easy area. What I want to do is I'm gonna try to tornado kick these dudes, grab this, and then start shooting over here. So here we go. And then I'm gonna shoot the wall. OTG these dudes. I'm gonna move down a little bit. The girl's gonna come through, shoot another missile. That guy came through, the SWAT guy. I'm gonna just keep shooting. All right, that was a mistake, but it's okay. My health is good. Get some extra health. I should actually pick up that gun. There we go. So yeah, I got a gun on standby, and I picked it up, another one as well. So that's a pretty easy area if you just follow that. Here we go with a QCE. And another QCE. So this is the last enemy arena area. So what I want to do is try to group all the enemies up on one side, either on the right or on the left. I want them basically all on the right side because an enemy with the missile launcher comes in and the boss comes in on this particular side. But knowing this game, if you have a plan, sometimes it doesn't go the way you want. So yeah, let's just see how it goes down. So I have the gun. I'm gonna try to just start busting at these dudes. They try to pick up the machine gun. One dude, he's scurrying away and he kicks me. See? So now Fireman has a gun. So I gotta be really careful now. Yep. Grab him. If anything, I think I should have shouldered through him. Now I got the machine gun. Here comes the guy with the missile launcher. Ooh, when that happened, my heart sank. I was way too slow on shooting him. Pick up the health. Now I have to be mindful of the time limit for the weapons because I want that missile launcher for the boss. And also there's health up there that I'm kind of very tempted to get. Oh, I got it. So I picked this up and just use one of the shells. So here we go. This boss is pretty easy with this missile launcher. Yep, just keep doing that. Now, if you don't have the missile launcher, you can Oh, I was trying to grab the gun. But if you don't have the missile launcher, just do some off-angled tornado kicks. So here we go. So this dude, he's gonna try to call these traps. Okay, when he does that, he's vulnerable. Okay, the only issue sometimes I get the spacing off. So yeah, let's see how it goes down. Yeah, see, I didn't mean to do that. That was supposed to be a tornado kick, and I did the ABC special that takes health. So here we go. Now I kind of get into the groove, and I have enough health, or if I make a mistake, I could probably survive it. But at this point, I don't think so. So I got to be really, really careful. Yeah, just do this. He's gonna just keep calling it. He doesn't care. If you get too close, he's gonna start fighting back. And you don't want to fight him like toe to toe, head to head. Now, if you have a gun, you can just shoot him if you have enough ammo, but I don't. And I find this strategy to be safer for me. So here we go. We got the next phase, the final phase. All right, so all I'm gonna do is just try to throw him with the giant swing, with something extra at the end. So yeah, just get close, mash, punch and kick, get close. Don't be scared. Do not be scared. Yep, just keep throwing them. Now there will be a certain time that I can't throw him. He's going to break the throw. All right, so now he's breaking throws. I'm gonna do the punch plus kick combo that ends in that flip kick. Yep, just keep doing that. He's gonna not block that last kick. Got him. Now, is that guaranteed? Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm gonna be honest with you, but still try it out. All right, here are my final thoughts. After the run, I did do a 1cc a few days later with John McClane on the Die Hard arcade cab. I could not record it. I didn't have anyone recording me or anything like that. I just did it, and I had a friend that was there that watched, so I had a witness. But it was very, very fun doing it on cab. Overall, the game is fun. I just wish the Saturn version had a little bit more extra features and stuff to it, because I felt like they just kind of just dumped it right on the Saturn, and they added very, very little changes to it. But I kind of wish the Saturn version had a couple things. I wish the Saturn version had a separate Saturn mode with like a slight rebalance, maybe lower damage received, make the game a little bit longer with more areas per stage, or just have more enemies in different arenas, or just like randomize the enemies per stage or something goofy like that. Maybe give a small health bonus upon clearing a stage if you're going to keep the high damage. And also, I kind of wish they would have put in a versus mode similar to Guardian Heroes, where you can just play as any character in the game. Maybe even the the girl you save, the president's daughter. That would be funny. And also, I kind of wish there was a better button configuration for you can use the X, Y, Z, and L and R buttons, because there are moves that require 2 or more buttons to be used at the same time. And also, I am wondering, why isn't there a difficulty setting in the game? I believe in the arcade version there is a difficulty setting in the dip switches, but why couldn't they just have it in the game? Interestingly enough, I did learn that there is a cheat to make the game harder. At the title screen where the menu is, you press X, Y, Z, and B together, hold it down, and then press start. And I've tried it out. This is actually pretty difficult. I mean, it is fun, but it is a lot more difficult. I think I got really, really close to a 1cc in that particular difficulty, but I'm not sure if I want to try that again. That was a little bit too much. So what's next for me when it comes to the whole Dynamite Deca series? yeah, I want to do Dynamite Deca on PS2. That is actually pretty fun. That has a lot of different modes. And I also want to try Dynamite Cop on Dreamcast. See if I can get a 1cc in that. In the comments, let me know, what did you think of Die Hard Arcade on Sega Saturn? Did you have fun with it? Do you think it's like one of the hardest beat 'em ups ever? Did you ever play the arcade version? Let me know.
Barney and Friends is funded in part by the annual financial support of PBS viewers like you.